Welcome to Into the Panels for ImagineDivisions.com. JDW here. Justin is my name. And today we are going to be talking about the crossover that just finished. This week we are talking about DC and Sonic. This is a crossover between DC Comics and IDW's Sonic the Hedgehog. And as always, I'm going to give you that brief synopsis. So, here we go. The monstrous Darkseid crosses dimensions to invade the world of Sonic the Hedgehog, seeking the ultimate power. Sonic and his friends have faced everything from mad scientists to ancient spirits, but the forces of Apokolips may be too much for them. Thankfully, the full heroic might of the Justice League arrives to back them up. And I have to say this. This is something that I honestly haven't read comics in a minute, but this is something that I was not expecting, and I was not expecting it to be this good and this much fun. And what I really loved about this is that you can tell if you know the DC characters and you know the Sonic the Hedgehog characters, you already know which characters are going to gel with each other. As you can see from the background here, Amy and Wonder Woman, Superman and Knuckles, Batman and Shadow, Tails and Cyborg, and of course Sonic and Flash. And what this whole issue does from 1 to 5, this whole arc, because the arc is completed, Darkseid is now after the Chaos Emeralds, and he's trying to find the Father Box using the Chaos Emeralds so he can go and still use that anti-life equation. And that's something that I was just like, okay, this actually makes sense. The way they were able to have these worlds and these universes collide, it made absolute sense. And of course, this is a completely spoiler-free. What really worked for me, honestly, is the interaction relationship between Sonic and the Flash, because they're both speedsters, they're both very fast beings, and it's kind of this always one up with each other that I was just thought was such a thrill to read. But another note relationship that got a little bit more character development was the relationship between Sonic and, excuse me, not Sonic, Shadow and Batman. And there's this one scene that I'm not going to spoil for you, but there's this one scene that you can see a little bit right here in the background where Batman kind of sees himself in Shadow. And they have that bond because of the theme of loss. So I thought they did a really good, excellent job of really establishing which characters will gel with who. And of course, I got to give a notable shout out to Silver and Green Lantern as well. And I just like the whole scale of it. The issues had some really good pacing. I will say this, the art style from time to time, it was a little weird because certain panels were a little hit and certain panels were a little miss. Like the art style kind of, the quality of it kind of dipped in some issues and some quality were great. I mean, the book looks great in close up. Like issue 1 looked beautiful. But I would say like issue 4, I think it was, I thought the quality dipped just a bit when it came to the art style there, but it was such a fun book and a great concept. And I love the play on words with DC with the crisis. They called this whole arc the Chaos Crisis. Of course, the Chaos Emeralds, and DC is known for their Crisis universe and their Crisis event. And I really enjoyed this. So I'm gonna give my final rating. Now, we do things very, very differently here at Imagine Division. So when it comes to the actual rating system, since this is a book, we have a rating system for our books as well, just as you saw with my movie reviews. So for our book ratings, we call it the shelf score, my friends. So the shelf score goes simply as this. We have top shelf, which we consider a masterpiece, belongs in every single collection. The full shelf, excellent, highly recommended, has some minor flaws. The half shelf, good, enjoyable, but with noticeable issues. Bottom shelf, weak, misses the mark, and it's hard to recommend. And of course, hopefully no written work or art or comic or manga ever gets this, the dusty shelf, forgettable, a must skip. I'm going to give DC and Sonic a full shelf. I highly recommend it. It does have a little bit of flaws. I wish it was a little bit longer, so we had a little bit more characterization to breathe. It moves at a very fast pace, but I kind of wish we had a little bit more interaction between Batman and Shadow. There is enough scenes in here to establish the friendships between the characters, but I kind of wish we got a little bit more. 5 issues felt a little bit short compared to a usual 8 issue arc or even a 6. I would at least like one more issue to really kind of hammer home and let certain events breathe. But overall, I'm going to give this a full shelf. This is Justin from ImaginativeVisions.com. If you like what we do here, hopefully we earned your subscription. And if we did, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. I'll be back with more stuff. And you can watch, not watch. I've been messing up lately. You can read the full written review at ImaginativeVisions.com. Later days.